Welcome to Tiger Technicals. Today we'll be talking about League of Legends, Riot Games' flagship MOBA game, and one of Mizzou's premier esports titles.
He's gonna shoot! What? You're kidding me! Tiger Shockwave will find them all!
League of Legends. Yeah, I get it. Okay, we're not exactly dealing with the cream of the crop reputation here. As much flack as it gets online, there's a reason League of Legends, or LOL, has become one of the most played video games of all time. Let's talk about it. League of Legends is a 5 vs 5 multiplayer online battle arena game, where the goal is to bust your way into the enemy team's base and destroy their nexus. Probably sounds weird, but a Mizzou LOL coach once described it as basketball meets chess meets football. Each player chooses one character, or champion, from a roster of over 160, each with their own unique abilities and strengths. Players are assigned different team roles and occupy a specific area of the game map. Mages and assassins often head to the middle lane. Ranged marksmen and support characters go together to the bottom lane, and burly tanks and fighters commonly start out in the top lane. In between the lanes lies the jungle area, a space that hosts monsters that grant players powerful buffs and tools to help tip the scales, so teams assign a 5th player to the jungle position to help manage their side of the map. Standing in between a player and the enemy nexus, the lanes are lined with towers. Towers will beat the snot out of an unprepared champion, but players can approach and take down these turrets by utilizing groups of minions. No, not those minions. Minions are computer-controlled units that automatically march down each lane. They don't do much damage, but they're vital in approaching and taking down enemy structures. Killing enemy minions grants champions gold and experience points. Gold can be used to purchase items in the shop to make your champion stronger, and experience points will allow your character to unlock more unique abilities to turn the tide of battle. The main goal of the game is to destroy turrets and objectives on the way to the other team's nexus, but in your way, the other team is 5 enemy champions of their own, trying to do the exact same thing to you. Battles between champions can definitely be intense and hard to follow, especially for a non-player. At the same time, League is ultimately a strategy game, so teams can concoct many different battle plans and tactics to outsmart and outplay their opponent to victory. When a champion dies, they're taken off the map temporarily, allowing their opponents to take turrets, earn gold, and progress on the map towards their base. Take the enemy nexus's health to 0, and you win. Super easy. Yep, absolutely nothing more to it than that. League of Legends is a notoriously difficult game that's also notoriously challenging to keep up with, as bi-weekly patches shake up the meta and introduce new characters. So, as a member of Mizzou Esports Media, what's next? The League Live spectator and replay system is an interesting one, to say the least. League has a mandatory 3-minute delay on its live spectator client to prevent teams from gaining a competitive advantage, which makes it difficult, if not totally impossible, to implement things like live player cams. After a game is concluded, it's easy to download a replay of the match and play it back as many times as you like. There are a lot of things to keep track of on the Game Observer client. Each team's champions are on the left and right sides of the screen. The team total kill count is at the top. You can see the gold values for each team, towers destroyed, and epic jungle monsters killed. The toggleable scoreboard at the bottom tracks player items, minion kills, and their overall KDA during the match. The minimap in the bottom right corner grants a lot of information about the state of the game. Comparing the overall kill count, gold values, tower and dragon count, and the number of items contending players have, you can accurately predict which team is in the most advantageous position and is more likely to win the game. A broadcast overlay adds a few more bits of information, including team names, the overall series score, and sponsorships. A full League of Legends competitive series is typically 1st to 2-game wins, but some tournaments run in a best-of-5 format. League players are notoriously picky when it comes to terminology. There's a lot of jargon and language specific to MOBAs that differentiate an amateur media creator from a pro. Junglers ganking their allies lend a brief helping hand towards taking down lane opponents. Champions farm enemy minion kills to get stronger items and abilities. A champion doing extremely poorly is feeding the enemy golden experience. These are just a few of the terms that put together the complex puzzle. If you're ever confused, ask an experienced League player about specific terminology that you may not understand. It's not just the terminology that can get complicated. League has over 160 characters, each with at least 4 unique abilities with their own effects. Over 200 items available for purchase in the shop, and over a decade worth of history and traditions to reference. There are thousands of names, numbers, and other bits of information out there. It is incredibly difficult to be a commentator for League of Legends without a significant amount of playing experience under your belt. That doesn't mean it's absolutely impossible, and I still encourage everybody to give it a try and see if it clicks for you. League games can last anywhere from 20 to 50 minutes, so there can sometimes be extended periods between champion battles. The color commentator is incredibly important to a League of Legends broadcast to analyze team strategy and provide insight into how the game works. If you're not the one doing complex game analysis, then you're probably just describing what's happening during a high-action fight, which some would say was just as difficult as memorizing everything about the game, if not even more challenging.
KT's under the red. Who's gonna win? The Shy will not, and KT takes it to game 4. Holy crap!
The best casters are ones that can fulfill both roles as needed. In short, League is complicated. The many functions of the game's spectator client and extremely passionate community grant media creators extensive potential to produce extremely high-quality content that's both informational and entertaining. Worldwide, League has never been bigger. At Mizzou, our coverage is just getting started.